Okay, good morning everyone. So it's Monday and we're gonna go off to the temple and do some calisthenics training. But today Jessica and I are gonna bring you along for a little bit of our warm-up run. Okay Jessica, what are you looking forward to in training this morning?
Gosh, I don't even know. Today, the end.
The end?
The end. I've trained every day for the past 2 days.
Oh wow.
So, I think I'll be strong. I think I'm just going to take it as it is. I'm not too sure exactly what I'm looking forward to. I think I'm just going to enjoy just doing it.
Brilliant, that sounds great.
Hey, Jamie. What are you looking forward to?
Today, I'm looking forward to carrying on working on my weights that I was doing last week on the pull-ups and doing more work on my rings. And then I also want to share a bit more on my top plants training with all of you. And then we're also going to have a look at some dragon flags in the core workout today, which should be really, really cool.
They're really
so I'm
tough.
looking forward to that.
Way.
Okay, we're on Deptford High Street. Jessica, any key pre-workout tips?
Well, I'm going to be getting a coffee. If you don't drink coffee, don't start. Because you'll be addicted to it, like me. And you'll need it.
Okay, we're going to the waiting room. Ooh.
You going to have any coffee, Jamie?
So I've not really been drinking coffee so much recently. I've been having decaf flat whites and really, really enjoying those. But right now I'm really enjoying not having coffee and just working off some water and some good breakfast. Okay, we've done our run. We're now on Resolution Way. That's where the Commando Temple is in Deptford. Station's just over there. One stop from London Bridge, so easy to get here if you want to come and train. Jessica's got her apple, although I'm holding it right now because she's holding the camera. So she's got her coffee, and I'm feeling good and ready to go. Here we go, Commando Temple. Lovely day. Here we go. Welcome.
Oh, hello, Jess. How are you?
We come into the temple and find different things, don't we? Today we've got some route planning going on.
Your print reference on now again.
Why are they route planning, Jessica?
Doing that stuff.
506.
Some serious training going on over there with Rob. Absolutely.
So that's Rob. Rob is the owner of the Commando Temple, and the reason that the Commando Temple is called the Commando Temple is because Rob was in the Royal Marine Commandos, and one of the things that he does is he helps to prepare people for the entrance exams, so I'd imagine that's what they're getting on doing over there. Okay, we're on our general warm-up. Jessica wants to show me an exercise for... What was it, Jessica?
So you've got muscles on the opposite side of the shoulder blade where you can't actually touch it unless you can get your thumbs really deep in. I can't do that. But essentially they're very supported of the shoulder blade, and a lot of people injure these
Yeah?
because they're quite weak.
Okay, cool.
So I like this or any variation of this to really like strengthen and like practice using those muscles. So this is called, well, it would be a Y row if it was on like a TRX. I would guess you can call it Y row or banded Y, whatever you want to call it. It's just a Y action because I'm looking at Y.
Ah,
Y.
okay, fantastic.
Y. Am I a good Y? I don't know. I'm not
Oh,
a
yeah.
cheerleader. But yeah, so what we want to do, we want to engage and keep our arms relatively straight. You can soften it if it's like too uncomfortable to lock your arms, and you're literally going to take it out. So you can actually attach this to something in front of you for a bit more resistance. But now I know that I'm quite tired, and I know that those muscles are quite tired from what I did yesterday. So this is enough for me to warm up right now. You really want to open them out so the shoulders come in together rather than away. Yeah, there's lots of
Fantastic.
different exercises you can do for this type of exercise, but I really like this one.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Hello. Okay, so my general warm-up's done. Feeling really, really good today. I'm feeling excited and ready to go. So I'm going to get onto my first bit of specific warm-up for my pull-ups, which is going to be this tennis ball hack. Okay. And I'm going to go for 30 seconds of this. So I've got my hands posted over the top, and similar to Jessica's explanation, I'm packing down through my scapula. And I'm going to bring myself off and hold 30 seconds.
3, 2, and 1.
Alright, so general warm-up done and specific warm-up done. I'm going to get going on my first round of weighted pull-ups. So I'm on the 5 kilogram weight. From last week, I was thinking about going up higher weight, but in the training session last week I realised that I think I was just going to get a lot out of just training with this 5 kilo weight for the next, probably it will be 4 weeks or so now. So I'm going to go for my first set, trying to be explosive and powerful and get contact with the bar on my chest. Okay, first set done. I managed to get 4 bar touches and I decided to go for 8 reps. It's heavy, it's hard work working with this 5 kilo, but I feel like it's going to be really good. Next set I want to get more retraction, more engagement of my lats, my back muscles coming in to help me with the pull. But yeah, cool, good, off to a good start. Hello Jessica,
Hello.
what are you going for today?
I'm just going to stay on the band today because I can tell that my muscles are a bit fatigued. So I'm just going to see if I can just get 10 nice good reps here. Just because I know that I'm tired and that sometimes you've got to pull back, so that's good.
Brilliant, sounds great. Lovely reps, Jessica. Go on, go on. Brilliant, well done. Hello, hello. How's that first set, Jessica? Look good.
Yeah, I think so. It was hard by the end, and I think that, to be honest, I know physically that I'm stronger than that, but that's all my muscles can give at the moment, so that's all I'm going to make it do.
Okay, brilliant, fantastic. Going for second set. Woo! Okay. Right. I'm a little bit spacey after that. Okay, second set done. I think I'm moving quite well today. I can feel the weight very much, but I had a thought in my mind as I was going through my first and second reps. I was like, I know it feels hard, I know it's difficult, but just go through the motion, just feel your body moving through the pattern. I think rather than trying to get too hung up on particular elements of the pull, like too much into like, oh, I'm not doing this enough of that. I was like, just feel the pattern and let it go up, and the weight will do the rest of the work. So that's what I think I'm going to do in my third set. Just do what I know is correct technique, and yeah, let the training do what it does. Okay, come on, Jessica. Looking really, really strong here. Fantastic. How was that second set for you?
That was a lot easier actually. But
Yeah?
It was still hard. It still got hard by the same point. So that's really good. I'm still happy to stay where I'm at with that because I'm working really hard.
Brilliant. Okay, I'm quite pleased that that's done, to be honest. So, yeah, it's amazing how much adding 5 kilos does to the feel of the whole pull-up. Like I was saying to Jessica, I was feeling really explosive on my bar touches 2 weeks ago without any weight, and for some reason adding weight's making it feel more difficult. What on earth? But there we go, that's all done. Very happy. 3 more weeks on this weight and we'll see where we are at the end of that. Oh, you did it yourself. How's that set for you?
Good. I really I have a lot of power, and if I rely on it, I can do it. I can do it pretty well. And I found myself almost doing that on a few of the reps. I had to slow down, so I paused for a bit longer.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, I'm not working my power, so I'm working my stroke. Because I can be really explosive, and I can do really well explosively. But I felt like I was cheating.
You felt like you were cheating?
Yeah, because obviously that's not what I'm working right now. I was like, okay, just get the 10. 10's not. I'm not doing power where I'm doing this right now. So I just wanted to be slow and controlled. Well, not slow, but like controlled at least, rather than going boing, because I can.
Okay, fantastic. Right, so moving on to ring dips. So I want to do my muscle ups on the rings because I want to keep that movement going now that it's feeling really good. I'm just remembering last week where it was very difficult at the beginning, so I'm going to have a good focus on my technique. I'm going to go for 2, and then I'm going to slip the belt on and go for as many dips as I can. It feels good. Oh, that'll do. Oh gosh. Okay, cool. So I got those muscle ups. They were difficult, they were hard, but I was very pleased because I did the technique, I trusted the technique, and I was able to get up. And then the ring dips. The weight's heavy. The weight's heavy today. Who made it heavier? Jessica, was it you?
It was me, sorry.
But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go for two muscle ups across each set. I'm just gonna try and replicate that. So 2 muscle ups, 5 dips, and that'll be really good work for today. Hey!
Then, oh, that's too easy.
Ah.
I'm gonna have to go for a light band, I think.
Okay, take 2. Purple band.
You had it.
Looking good, Jessica. That looks like it's giving us some work. We found a good one.
Just a little one. Yeah, that was a good one. That was really, really hard. And I think it's good actually. I don't know how my depth was. How was it, Jamie? I don't know.
It looks good. Looks like you're getting down to a 90 degree or a little bit lower.
Okay, that's good because I need to practice that anyway. I think generally, so that's actually really good one.
I think just getting my girdle back on. So, second set of muscle ups, we got them in, so that was good. Hard work, not pretty, but they're done, which is good. That feels like that's the theme of today, get the work done. Do I keep saying it's hard.
I think
we're getting it done.
this is heavy.
Look, 5, 10 kilos.
No. You wish.
5 kilos.
Yeah.
We're halfway through Jessica's second set. Looking very strong.
Look at my hand.
What you got there, Jessica?
Just new callus come through.
Wow, a new callus. Lucky me.
Yeah, even more hardcore.
Okay, so we just did our ring rows. Those went really nicely. We just got those done. So I'm going to move on to doing work on my top planche. Now, I think whilst I'm doing the heavy work on my pull-ups and my dips, I'm going to pull back on my top planche progressions a bit and just do tuck planches. So I'm going to go for my first set. I'm working on drawing in my abdomen at the back there in the hold. I think I just want to keep consistent on these across the next few weeks. So just 5 into position and then trying to hold nicely, squeezing in. That feels good. Okay, Jessica, what are you going for?
Push-ups.
Push-ups. You look happy about it. Wow, brilliant form.
Been able to, before like last month, I never was able to get my chin to the floor like that.
Yeah?
So So that's really amazing for me.
Oh, that is amazing. What's been the difference there, do you think?
It's just consistency over time, I think, and just getting stronger. Because it's not going to happen quickly, to be honest with you. You just have to be patient with it, or you can just do like descents. But it's hard. You need to be able to work in that range of motion where you're probably going to be at your weakest. So it's really hard to press from this position. So don't expect it to come quick.
Fantastic, thank you.
Hey. Hey!
Back to me. Okay, I'm going to just try and replicate exactly the same again. Going to try and drill some good technique on my branches.
Well, that's looking good.
So much engagement on those. But actually that set felt really, really good. And I felt quite inspired by something Jessica said about being patient with it and just knowing that it'll take a long time, but you've got to keep going. Because I did a lot of work on top planche back when I was a late teenager, which is about 10 years ago now. And I was quite strong on them. I couldn't hold it, but I could very much do a lot of reps to the straddle position, which is a more advanced position. That there's part of me that thinks, oh, I should be further ahead than this. But I think there are two elements at play, and my body's quite different now. I am stronger than I was back then, but I also think there were holes in my technique back then that I wasn't addressing or I was working around, and now I'd actually like to take this time to iron out those gaps and make sure the technique is really, really solid. Because the top planche is actually more like a goal for me. It's probably something I realistically would want to be seeing appearing in honestly 2026, I think. This year for me has been all about my calisthenics foundation. Next year is going to be building on foundation, and the top planche will become a more prominent feature of the training. But it's such an advanced skill that I always knew I wanted to get back to training it again. And I was saying to Kung, when we get back around to a year, I want to start training top planche. But then I thought, actually, I need to start putting that foundation in now because it's such a long process. That actually makes me feel better about working on the regressions, just like the tuck planches, feeling the technique. And if I can just perfect that position, that I can then actually start to really work the next advancements seriously. And then this time round, the skill will stick rather than before where there were errors and it kind of dropped away. So, yeah.
What we're about to do is really stupidly hard, at least for me, but James can tell you how to do it.
So we're going to go for some dragon flags. This is a core exercise in calisthenics where you have to suspend your whole body up in the air and then lower it down. I'm going to go for 5 reps. I'm going to try with legs together and then take my legs apart, make it easier as is required.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way. It's the only way.
Okay, Jessica had to adjust her hair for effective technique.
Hi.
So
That didn't go so well.
no, that's all right. So it'd be really valuable actually to hear why you decided not to do your exercises today.
Well, just dragon flags because like I said, even at the beginning of doing this whole day today, that I knew that my body was quite tired, especially my shoulders. And with the dragon flag, you do actually need to engage through your shoulders to hold on.
Yeah.
And if I can't hold on, then I can't actually do the rest of the exercise.
Mm.
So I might actually do some floor ones instead, where I don't have to rely on my shoulders. And
Yeah.
although it's not exactly the same, I'm still going to get a benefit for it. So I'll probably do a variation of a reverse crunch with the butt with straight legs.
Oh, sweet, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. Jessica's just doing her hair, but this is the very last thing that we do every Monday for Calisthenics Foundation. We do 30 reps, 30 reps of a core exercise, whatever level you're at. So Jessica's going to do crunchies, I'm going to do V-sits, and then we hold the dish hold for 10 seconds, and then we're done. Here we go.
Okay.
Ready? Hey, hello Jessica. So we did our calisthenics training this morning, and I was just wondering how you were feeling about your session now compared to how you were feeling about it at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, to be honest, I was really happy with it in the end of it, actually. I was really happy with the work that I did. I think I did some really good things, and even, but I think I just worked at the capacity that I had to give, and I wasn't holding back anything. I just worked at like a good capacity for where I was, like being tired and physically tired. So I think I did really, really well, to be honest with you. I think I did really well.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Were there any specific areas of your training that you were particularly pleased with then?
Yeah, actually just using the banded dips actually, because I know that I can do the dips, but I think if I want to have nicer form, using the band probably going to be a really good idea. And I was able to get such good depth with that, so I might use that a bit longer, just to get more volume on it, but also maybe have some times where I'm just doing body weight as well.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Were there any surprises? Anything you weren't expecting?
No, I think I understood exactly where my body was at today, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think I've been in this body so long, training in it, that I completely understand like how much it has to give, and when I can push harder and when I need to pull back. So to be honest, I think that was really expected, and it's really nice to be at a point where you know your body so well that you can choose to pull back on certain days and know that, oh, actually you do need to rest. And because I had a conversation with you earlier about how I was potentially overtraining at one point, because I needed to sleep and eat like ridiculous amounts to even just feel like alive again. You know, just like a zombie for half the day because I did a really big training session. But it's not necessary to kill yourself just to do some training. You can get stronger and stronger by having some good, tough sessions. I'm not going to say they're not tough, and still improve.
That sounds brilliant. Any other final bits?
I'll be bending now.
You want to be bending now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be seeing you bendy very, very soon.
Oh, hello, Jamie.
Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling now that your session's done?
Yeah, very, very pleased with training session today. So I wanted to have that focus on the weighted pull-ups and then my work on the dips, or my work on the rings, which is including the muscle ups and the weighted dips. And yeah, I kept saying today it was hard. It felt heavy. Today was a hard training session in terms of the weight, and just having to really dig in and do some good work. But it was really brilliant to have conversations with you, Jessica, as we were training, just to be like, okay, training is hard sometimes. And actually it was really, really good to reflect that I'm still on this sort of journey towards these skills that I'm really interested in training at the moment. Like the muscle ups, I'd sort of was thinking for quite a while, sort of like last year and the year before, that I'd like to get them. And I knew that I would just have to put a load of work in at some point, and I'm just putting a load of work in. And it's like, so they've sort of here, I can kind of do them, but I'd like them to be like really nicely consolidated, so really good form and really powerful and very within myself with them. And they're sort of at this point now where I have to put quite a lot of effort in to do them, and I'm still just training them and getting them along. And so actually in that respect, the fact that today was some really good hard work actually felt really good, because I was like, oh, this is just some of the work that I've got to do towards being able to do this skill, but I got it in. And today was an awful lot of like, oh, I feel really good for having the session in the bank, and like I got that session done very much. And it was really brilliant fun creating the video with Jessica as we went. So that was sort of like the part that I enjoyed lots and lots. And it gave me motivation actually to do some of the bits that I'd found a lot harder, like the dragon flags at the end particularly. I was feeling in my body, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to really dig deep to get these dragon flags out. But because Jessica was there and she said, go on, do your set, go on Jamie, we've got to go and do the work. I was like, okay, I've got to go and do it, let's go and do it. And I actually ended up doing some really, really nice ones. I think it was the first time that I'd done 3 sets of 3 with full body length dragon flags, so that's really, really cool. And I couldn't do that at the beginning of the year at all. So that's really awesome to have seen that one developing. The pull-ups themselves felt good. They were heavy, but it felt good. As I was saying, I was just very glad to get those all in. I was very pleased with the dips actually, because even though they were heavy and they were hard, I was getting right to the top and getting a turnout, and that was making me think that my body was getting much more used to being in that upright turned out support position. So I was like, oh, this is actually really, I like this. Feels like my body's developed, and it was really cool to see that I could still do those muscle ups. And then we did our rows. We just got to get the rows in. And then the top plunge training I was very, very pleased with today as well. I talked about earlier on that I just want to keep that sort of ticking over and laying down that foundation, but I think today I sort of had this realization that that's very much what I'm doing, that I'm just sort of laying it down, and that the skill can come at some point in the future, and it'll be really, really cool when it does arrive, and it will feel good, it will feel strong, it won't feel like a struggle because I'll have really, really done the work for it, and it will feel right when it arrives. So I feel like that's where I'm sort of at with my training today. I did a load of really good hard work, but really good hard work that I know is taking me very much in the direction that I want to go. So very, very pleased.
That's lovely, Jamie. On to next week.
On to next week.